see the front, please. Let's see the front.
And Mackenzie, eyes here, please.
And ladies, right here.
Flag out.
Just spin.
And Misty, one look here, please.
Working, sir, to your right.
Right there.
Eyes right here, please. Back this way, please. Right side. Check your right side.
Straight ahead here, please.
Be clear.
Stay with me 1 second here. To your right here.
You turn my way here.
Right.
Back this way.
And Leona, eyes right here. And Leona, stretch.
And Reagan looking back one more time.
And then Reagan, right down the middle here, please. Stay with me 1 second here, please.
One more time right next to him, Reagan.
And Melissa, straight ahead.
Camera.
And
Thank you, ladies.
Abby and Christine right here, please. Stay with me 1 second.
It's so exciting. I mean, this has truly been an adventure for me. I feel like I've been on just as much as an adventure as Clara has. And so seeing, it's all done and seeing everyone here and my castmates, and it's like, this is it. It's coming out, and it's a happy moment. It is really beautiful, and what's really amazing is that there's so many different versions of the book and of the ballet, and this film really beautifully combines all of them. So everyone who loves the story and who loves the ballet, they have that feeling. There's something in this film for everyone to love. It was really fun. I have a martial arts background, so I'm very, very physical, and being able to do the stunts in this film was just so much fun. I actually did horse training. I did a couple weeks of that in the English countryside, and it was just absolutely amazing. And I really enjoyed it, and working with the stunt team and working with the horse team. It was just, everybody was so nice, and it was really fun to just be able to do as many stunts as I did. I'm excited for them to discover the realms. It's a really magical place, and I'm excited for them to see a different side of Clara, kind of the side of Clara that you don't necessarily get to see in the ballet or the book.
It's such an honor to even be in a position where I can be a representation of classical ballet, especially being a Black woman. It's just amazing to have a platform like Disney to really reach the masses, those people that maybe don't feel included in the ballet world, and that they can't walk into the Metropolitan Opera House and feel like they belong there. But it's a great introduction. Everyone goes to the movies, and so to have Disney be this amazing introduction to classical ballet through a story that means so much to the ballet world. So I'm so excited. I've never done a film before, so I didn't really know what to expect, but you imagine with, films of this magnitude that there's a lot of magic done in the editing process. But to arrive on the set and to feel like I was at home. I felt like I was in the theater with the way the sets were built and the costumes and attention to detail, that it really allowed me to feel like I was living within the magic of Disney. And so it wasn't that far off from what I'm used to in terms of it feeling like I was in the theater. But there's so many things. For number one, I think the diversity within the cast is unbelievable. I think, again, for me to be a Black woman, this film is going to live on forever, and it will be normal to see a brown ballerina. That will be oh, that's what a ballerina looks like. And then, Mackenzie's character, she's walking up now. The character of Clara is just something that I think is so good for the next generation. She's kind of this independent, powerful, strong young woman who has so much, will and drive, that I think it's a beautiful representation for women.
The classic story, it just interests me. It's one of those magical elements. It's a child you know, it's a child fantasy to see your toys actually come to life. It's like Toy Story. It's working on it made me feel so happy because it's like things you dream of as a kid, and I got to do it. It's Gucci, you know what I mean? Like, I loved it. There's a lot of twists and turns, a lot of jumps and slides that go on in the movie. So there's action and there's mystery. I'm most excited for the audiences to see the work and like just the craftsmanship of the sets and everything, because the realms look beautiful each way, everywhere, all of them, because like just looking into the distance, it still looks beautiful. The small details, I'm just excited for everyone to look at it and go, wow.
Yeah, so exciting. A classic story and a ballet that I got taken to see by my mum and dad when I was a little kid, and now being part of the movie is a very special thing to be a part of. Well, I think they were very good at looking at the source material, taking inspiration from that, and then trying to build a world. And it's got, you know, visual spectacle, it has a bit of comedy peppered throughout, it has ballet. It's a real treat on every level for the audience. Yeah, it's a super fun part to play. I love parts that are like that, the comic relief in movies, and you know, Disney has a rich history of them. And as a kid watching Disney films, I was always so excited to see, you know, Timon and Pumbaa or Zazu or whoever it is popping up on screen and like dropping in a few laughs to proceedings. So it's great to be that in this movie. Yeah, it was practical sets, and stepping onto them every morning was incredible. And I was fortunate enough to be in a lot of the, you know, the big set piece sets that we had, and makes it a lot easier as an actor because you can react to your surroundings rather than standing on a green screen trying to imagine what might be there. It was all real. Well, there's some pretty epic set pieces and battle sequences and some scary moments as well. And so I think there's just a lot of variety, and I think people are going to respond really well to that when they see the film.
For the longest time, I couldn't pronounce my name. But it's one of those movies that you look forward to seeing how it all comes together, because you know we shoot them in parts. You do your part, you do that part, and then somebody comes in and they do the magic, and the magic is what I'm waiting for. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I'm looking to what I'm going to discover for myself, you know, because you know everybody knows the Nutcracker as a ballet. So here we got the 4 realms, and it's going to be just an absolutely different experience. I haven't had it, and I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, more fun to see them with an audience and see how people react to what's going on. Yeah, very much.
I had a pretty awesome role. So I played a character of the Mouse King, and it was just amazing being on set with all the actors, and Misty Copeland's in the film too. She's a great friend of mine, and it's just been an awesome experience working with Disney, working with the producers on set, and yeah, my character is just so cool. I was the only one CGI'd, so I had to wear the suit the whole time, but it was a fun experience. It was a great experience, and looking forward to more. So they just directed me as far as the paths I had to take, different things like that, and I kind of came into them in you know, my own way, in a little Buck way. So yeah, it was pretty cool. It worked out great. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I actually came from a street dance background, but I was classically trained in ballet for about 3 years, close to 4 years. And back in Memphis, where I'm from, we have a show called the Nut Remix, where we do the Nutcracker, but kind of remixed in different other styles of dance as well. And I always played the Mouse King. But Disney never knew that. It was just coincidental. So it's funny how that works, you know, how that energy just came. It was amazing. They're going to discover a lot of surprises. This is not like your original Nutcracker, you know. This one has a lot of turns and twists. So it's going to be very exciting. And you look forward to seeing my character because you don't see much of it in the previews, and it's going to be pretty nice. Everything was, you know, on the highest level. It was pretty amazing. Just being on set for that role was incredible. I felt like I was in a whole nother world, and the people that are going to be watching on it feel like they're transported into a whole nother realm.
It is. It started out as a gift from Mark Gordon, the producer, who called me and said, "Do you want to make Nutcracker?" It's like 3 years ago. And here we are. It's Christmas. It's wonderful. I got to work with the most brilliant designer I worked with ever. He's a genius. He's an artist. It's Guy Diaz. And so he designed this world very much on his own, I'd say. So he did an amazing job. And the costumes by Jenny Bevan are amazing too. So those two it's just a treat to collaborate with these two artists. The magical journey, the Christmas spirit, it's all these things. It's a fantastic treatment of E.T.A. Hoffman's original story. It's a lot of new inventions, but also a lot of things we're familiar with. Those of us who know the ballet and the story.
Well, hopefully what you'll see in the film are the elements of Nutcracker that you've loved all along. You know, the ballet, the characters, and it in many ways it's very much like a new Disney classic, I would say. Something that you feel would be like in a Disney time capsule that you would discover. But what we've done is there are lots of fun twists and turns. So hopefully, you know, hopefully you will feel compelled by that. We're super excited. There is mystery, there is adventure, and when you see Mackenzie, there is some action. The Mouse King, there's so much fun stuff. There's something for everyone. Well, Misty she is just an absolute gift. I mean, everything about her is incredible, and she's one of the best ballerinas in the world. Working with her is, you know, a lifelong dream to have someone of her caliber in a movie like this. Putting the ballet together, Liam Scarlett, who is our choreographer, he created the most beautiful ballet, and Guy Diaz really used his vision and, you know, and Lhasa and Joe and everything that everybody had been thinking about to just kind of bring that to an epic level. So we hope you love it. We want everyone to have the best Christmas ever. And we just want this to be something where you're transported into a beautiful world and you can celebrate the holidays with the people that you love, you know, and watch it every year.
We've been working on the film for a long time, and there have been so many wonderful parts of this process. The beginning, where we were developing the script and trying to figure out how we could make this movie really special. When we started pre-production, the costumes, the production design, this is one of the most wonderful experiences I've ever had making a film. Putting the cast together, shooting the film, dealing with all the visual effects. It's been a long process, but it's been so much fun. You know, we took parts from the ballet and we took parts from the original story, and there's really not enough to tell a real story with a beginning, middle, and an end for a movie. So we added a little bit here and added a little bit there, but trying to honor what was there. So it was a real process, although I will tell you that sometimes movies can take a long time to come to the screen. This didn't take that long, all things considered.
Okay, animation fans, I've got some interesting Disney movie facts. The reason Mickey Mouse was drawn with white gloves was because Walt Disney thought that normal mouse nails were much too violent for children to watch. Many cartoons and movie characters have since copied this trend. When the first Toy Story film was being written, Buzz Lightyear's original name was Lunar Larry. And Pumbaa in The Lion King was the first character to fart in a Disney movie. What's your favourite Disney animated movie? Let me know in the comments below, and keep up to date on all things animation by subscribing to our channel and clicking on the notification bell. I'll see you next time.